Hi everybody, this is Mr. Urso and I'm here to do an orientation for you for your 2016 Summer Enrichment Online Theology class. This class is for juniors in our Theology 3A Sacramental Economy courses and also for our seniors in our Theology 4A Christian Vocation courses. This next slide, I'll talk to you a little bit about the dates. Online Session A meets from May 30th to June 24th. Online Session B meets from June 27th to July 22nd. And you'll know if you're in online A or B based on what you requested in your course request form for summer enrichment this year. On this next slide, I wanted to talk a little bit about your class expectations this year. So just to be clear, your coursework is about 1 to 2 hours of work per day for the 4 weeks that you're going to be in session, whether that's online, reading, or completing coursework assignments. You do not need to be working on the course necessarily every single day, but that's an average, so 1 to 2 hours on average per day. So whether that time is in the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, the end of the week, the weekend, is really entirely up to you, so long as you know that that's the average work expectation per week in order for you to be successful. The next point is very important, and this is sometimes something that needs a little bit of explanation, so I'll spend a moment on this. The class is paced, and interaction with the class in coursework by way of reading assignments, tests, quizzes, and online discussion contributions will also be paced week by week. Since this material then is paced, students may not work ahead or finish early. What that means basically is that we release the week in a module. So week 1 will be a module. Within that week, you'll be working individually and also with the other students in the class collaboratively on the various assignments. Once week 1 is ended, that module closes and we move on to week 2. So the modules are not released early because it wouldn't be possible to work on a module that other students weren't working on. And although they will remain open late work will be submitted at a penalized work submission rate, and that's comparable to what we do during the academic year as well. So just tend to your due dates and make sure that you're working within the week that we're on, and you will be halfway to being successful in the class as far as that goes. The next point talks about having internet access. You ought to have internet access over the 4 weeks that the course is in session, if only to be able to access the module, download the assignments that you have, and be able to get your submissions in according to their correct dates. You don't necessarily need to be online every single day, like I said, but you will need to have internet access over the 4 weeks that the course is in session. You should be also technologically proficient with respect to word processing and presentation software, and able to work within various online forums like PlusPortal, Shobi, Turnitin.com, and that's only a sample. We will be using some other platforms as well, and in just a moment I'll have some information on PlusPortals for you. Students and parents, to that point, must have accurate email addresses linked to PlusPortals. That's going to be the way that we communicate with you this summer, and you will have received, and if not, you will be receiving very shortly information on how to access your PlusPortals accounts. And then finally, students should be self-motivated and able to work within a non-traditional classroom setting. An online class is class. We do collaborate, we do expect participation, and although you won't have a teacher necessarily having FaceTime with you every single day, you ought to be self-motivated and able to work within this classroom setting and identify it as it is, which is class. This next slide over here is going to talk to you now about how to sign into your online class. So there's a few instructions here, and I'm going to read through them, and then I'm going to actually follow them myself. So from your BGHS issued iPad, you want to go to the PlusPortals account that has been set up for Bishop Gorman. You can also access this through the BGHS main web page. Once you've accessed that page, you want to purchase your iBook. You want to then find out your Shobi class code, and then you want to sign into your Shobi class and follow all class instructions to be successful. So let's go ahead and take a look at what some of these items look like, and we'll go from there. All right, so here we are at the Bishop Gorman PlusPortals page that has been set up. As I said a moment ago, you can also access this by going to our main web page. That website is www.bishopgorman.org. And then you'd click on the Academics tab, and then the third item down, Summer Enrichment. And then inside here, you'll see all of this information, session dates, course grid, schedule, This is our policy manual that contains some important information for you. All those online instructions I just gave you are also listed there. And then if you clicked on this link right here, it'll take you to that same web page that we were at just a moment ago. Okay? So remember the instruction when I said that the first thing you want to do is you want to purchase your summer enrichment course textbook. So you should be on your school-issued iPad right now. And then you'll go ahead here under School Resources, and you'll click on this link that says BGHS Course Materials 2016-2017 Summer Enrichment. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to scroll down. And then you see down in this section over here, Theology Department, for juniors and for seniors, Theology 3A, Theology 4A right over there. So I'm going to go ahead and use the juniors as my example. All right, so I'm going to click on that link right there. Okay, and as you see over here, it says Theology 3A Sacraments Online, link to textbook found right over here. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. All right, and it brings up this link over here, Theology 3A Sacramental Economy, purchase the textbook from the iBook store. And if I were in the vocations class, this is the book I'd be purchasing right over there. So if I'm a junior, I'm purchasing this book right over here. If I'm a senior, I'm purchasing this book right over here. Going back to that page, where we were at just a moment ago, it says right here you want to find your Shobi class code and join your class on Shobi. When I click on that link, it's going to open up this Google Doc. And for our sample student, we're going to look for a great student here at Gorman, Mr. Joe Gale. So see, we're going to slide down, and there he is, slot number 105, Joe Gale. And Joe is in the online A class, May 30th through June 24th. He happens to be in my class, and that's his Shobi course code right over there. So what Joe would do in this case is he would then go to Shobi, and as you guys know, you would then join a class. After you've logged in, enter that code, and you'll be all set. I've set up a sample class over here for you all to take a look at while we're doing this orientation together, just to show you kind of what this looks like, okay? So in this sample class, you'll see the information that I've mentioned already. So first you're going to see a class information folder. So I'll go ahead and click on that. And then in the information, class information, you'll see that I've set up a remind account for my students in this class. They want to text that to that number right over there. And if they do so, then they'll get automatic reminders from me about important assignments and due dates and so on. Great way for you to get class reminders on your phones and so on. Many of you guys have used Remind with some of your students here at Bishop Gorman, excuse me, some of your teachers here at Bishop Gorman. And then we also have a turnitin.com class ID code right over there, and the enrollment password for that. So you would log into turnitin.com, enter that class ID and that enrollment password, and some of your assignments are going to be required to be submitted to turnitin.com. Okay, I said that each class is going to be released in a week-by-week module. So this is actually the first week for Sacraments this year. Our friend Joe Gale is in the Sacraments class. So when you click on this, and what I'd recommend doing is actually downloading it if you're working off of a PC, but if you're working off of your iPad, then you'll be able to see the document as is. All right, and you see the way that this is structured over here. And all of your weeks in both classes are going to be structured similarly, not identically, but similarly. So you'll see your week 1 assignments, all work due by 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Sunday, June 5th, 2016. That's pretty standard. So every week you can expect that your work is going to be assigned on a Monday and due by 3 on the following Sunday. For this week, we're going to be required to read our textbook, sections 1, parts 1 and 2, and section 2, part 1. Okay, so those are articles 1 through 17. You're also going to be required to watch this video over here, and all you would do in this case is you can copy that and paste it into a URL. And you can see the video right over here. Okay. You'll complete text section 1, parts 1 and 2, and section 2, part 1 review questions. You can complete those in a document and upload them in one document to your week 1 folder on Shobi. That was the same folder that we're working from right over here. right? And then you want to respond to Padlet discussion items 1 and 2. This course is going to be using Padlet to manage discussions. If you remember, just a moment ago we were in the Shobi folder, and you see those links right over here, Padlet discussion 1, Padlet discussion 2. Right, you click on those, and it'll take you right to these Padlet discussions. So you'll see this quote by Father Michael Himes: "What in your life can be considered a sacrament according to the definition provided to us by Father Michael Himes? 5 to 7 substantial sentences required for full credit." To work within Padlet, this could be one of the platforms we work on in this class. If I'm on a PC, I'll just simply double tap on there, put a title, and then put my comment right underneath it, okay? And you'll do that 2 times for this class for discussions 1 and 2 this week. And then you'll complete the vocab quiz and submit that also to week 1 vocab quiz on Turnitin.com. Right, the prompt that's listed below is right over here, week 1 vocabulary quiz prompt, in a 2-page, maximum 1-page minimum MLA formatted essay, double space, size 12, Times New Roman font, 1-inch margins. Write to the following theme: the sacraments as symbolic causes of grace. In your response, you must use between 8 to 12 vocab terms found in section 1 of your text. You must also reference at least one of Father Michael Himes' main ideas found in this week's linked video, listed in the assignments section above. In order to be eligible for full credit, the terms must be used properly and in their proper relation to the essay's theme. Be sure to bold and highlight each term you select to use. Your essay must be submitted to week 1 vocab quiz on Turnitin.com by 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on Sunday, June 5th. So I'll write my essay, I'll submit it to Turnitin.com. Again, that information is found in your class information folder on Shobi, and we'll go from there. And then finally, the last item you'll have is your week 1 exam. And this again is a non-traditional exam, just like your quiz is a non-traditional quiz. It's a vocabulary quiz. You have a non-traditional exam. And we call these interactive exams in the online classes. And for this exam, you'll use either PowerPoint or Keynote, creating a visual presentation of articles numbered 1 through 10 from your text. You must have a minimum of 1 slide per article, and each slide must do the following: summarize the main points, highlight any key vocabulary within the article, contain at least 1 classroom-appropriate image, and connect an element of, which means something about, modern society to the main theme or themes of the article. So you'll do that for each one of your covered articles within this presentation. You'll save your presentation as a PDF and upload it then to week 1 interactive exam on Shobi by 3 o'clock Sunday, June 5th in order to be successful for this week. So as you see, a pretty comprehensive week covering really these first few articles of our text for this sacraments class, and everything, as you can also see, is managed through the Shobi platform. So this is where you'll want to basically attend to the most of the information that's being given to you in the classes. All right, well, if we were in class right now, I'd ask if we have any questions. But obviously we don't have that flexibility right now. But what I will invite you to do is to either email me or any one of your teachers if you have any questions from this point forward. And we all look forward to seeing you in the online class. Good luck, and let's have a great summer together.